Good evening and welcome to Kyler's Country Kitchen. Please join me in my country kitchen where over the next few evenings I will be explaining how to make some of the most difficult dishes in today's industry right here from the warmth of Kyler's Country Kitchen. Now you must appreciate that I've been working hard over the last 25 years creating a wide knowledge base of exactly how to go about making these dishes. I am going to be trying to impart this to you in several simple steps. Now tonight we're going to be looking at the very difficult dish that is making toast. Now the first thing that we will need to make toast is of course our bread. Now no King's Mill around my kitchen. Today we're going to be using Irwin's Nutty Crust. Okay, now one thing that you'll need to make sure when making toast is that you do not open the pack without you're going to be cooking the toast quite shortly after. The bread can be very stale if it's left open for any length of time. Now, first we need 2 slices. Important that we use our utensils. Okay, hands can be a great transfer of germs. We're going to use these utensils. Now, we're going to work from the front of the pack. And just set that out like so. And the second slice. Important not to pinch too tightly on the toast or you could pierce it. Now, what you'll see behind me is the toaster. Now, this is a very, very important piece of kit whenever we're looking at making toast. If you don't have a toaster, you're going to find making toast very, very difficult indeed. Now, before we start even putting the bread into the toast, we must ensure that there is no unnecessary crumbage lying in the depths of the toaster. This can cause smoke, and smoke is an enemy in Kyler's Country Kitchen. Now, taking the bread, sometimes it can slip slightly. Okay, so we lift the bread over to the toaster, carefully insert it just like so. Then we come back for the second piece. And again, off we go. Now, the next bit is very important to make sure that it is switched on at the mains. Once again, if you don't have a toaster, toast is nigh on impossible. If the toaster is not switched on at the mains, equally, you're on the absolute stuffing. Now, the first thing you need to do is make sure that this is switched on. Which it is. Okay, next thing we want to use our 2 middle fingers to gently slide the toaster down. What you will see is that the grills have come in nice and close to the nutty crust, and that'll be that ready to go. You can see your settings. These may be different than your home toaster. This is an industrial toaster I've been using for many years. I'm just going to slide that down to 4 or 3. One of the things that you will learn from Kyler's Country Kitchen over the next few nights is individuality. Very, very important when we're in the kitchen. For some people, depending on the type of guest, you might be thinking sticking that up to a 4. For my guest tonight, I'm going to stick at a 3. Okay, now, while that's cooking away in the background, we have to decide on our presentation. In the modern industry, presentation is everything. And there are several ways that we may miss to cut our toast. One of them is using the traditional soldier technique. The other is what's known as triangles. And the third, which I'm going to show you tonight, is what's known as the crossweave. Now, this is a technique that I have sort of developed over the years. Something I'm quite proud of, but something that I think you will be able to do with. Okay, now, while that's just cooking nicely there, just going to choose a plate to work on here. Okay, and we will just set this in the middle of the show. Now, clutter is really an enemy in Kyler's Country Kitchen. We want to get rid of anything that we don't need, we don't think we'll want, and we'll keep the Irwin Nutty Crust down there. Okay, now, you will hear that this nutty crust is actually ready. It has just popped up. And what we do, using our utensils, again, remember utensils are our friend in Kyler's Country Kitchen. We want to gently lift the toast and place like so. And again, out and gently in. Now we bring the toast over to the counter. Important just to separate the toast. Now for most people, the next thing that would be logical to do with the toast would be to spread the jam on. But not today in Kyler's Country Kitchen. What we are going to do is look at one of the more modern cutting techniques known as the cross weave. Now with the cross weave, you'll put the bread, take a rough measurement, and we're going to go in 1, 2, 3. Now, remember, utensils are our friend, okay? So here we're going to go with 3 very simple cuts. Now watch, it's very important we don't cut towards yourself, okay? The desk is at a very awkward level, and what we want to do is use the outside technique. Okay, so we want to go 1, 2, and then switch it round, 1, 2. Now as you will see, it was very, very finely cut the pieces into 9. Okay, now why we didn't put the spread on before, well, as you can see, if this was spread, the jam would be right out to the edge. Now what we will do is spread each individual bit. You guys will probably use something like this, Sainsbury's raspberry jam. For the type of clientele I'm working with, we'll use something a bit more tastier, a bit more substance, wild cranberry sauce. From Kyler's Country Kitchen, that is lesson 1, how to make toast.